Hi everyone, and welcome to our next module talking about critical historical thinking. First of all, I just want to congratulate you on the last module. The discussions were rich and insightful, and you were going through a process that the ministry people were doing, trying to determine what are enduring expectations that history courses should have. And you hit on, I think, some excellent ones, and not surprisingly, a number of them dealt with critical thinking, which when you look at the revised curriculum, that seems to be the same pattern that's followed there as well. So you hit the nail on the head. Well done. Moderators, well done too. I hope the rest of you saw the role that they played, because I've changed the groups around for this module, and there are different moderators as well. And this will be our module for the next 2 weeks. So we are going to be looking at what constitutes critical historical thinking. And just to get you thinking in that process, I just wanted to do a little activity with you. I want you to consider significance, because historical significance is one of the key critical skills that we try to teach students, because there's so much to learn. History is not all the past. It's impossible to create all the past. So we have to somehow identify elements that we find are historical. So let me just try this little experiment with you. I'm going to hold up for you. Hopefully you can see them properly. They are pieces of concrete. Bits and pieces of it, different shapes, different sizes. How significant are those to you right now? No? Okay. How about this other set? These are sets of rocks, natural rocks, fairly smooth, different sizes, different shapes. And again, the same question, how significant are these rocks to you? Well, would your answers change at all if I told you that the first pieces of concrete that I showed you came from the Berlin Wall? And how about the second one, if I told you that those rocks came from the beaches of Dieppe? I think you would agree that now they become much more significant. And if we pushed it even further, and if I asked you what caused you to consider them to be significant, what would you come up with? What criteria would you develop for significance? And let me push it a little further. Which of these two materials are more significant? Does it matter what time period you lived in? How would that influence your decision as to which one is more significant than another? I want you to think upon that, and one of the first things I'm going to ask you to do for this module is, in your groups, reflect a little bit on those questions and discuss your reactions to this concept in this video. How did you feel when you first saw those materials? How did you feel after I told you where they came from? And how do you feel in total about significance and how we teach it to students? And how would you determine which of those two items is more significant than the other? You will see that you'll be connected to your groups through C2C like we've done before. This week you're going to have some readings to do and self-diagnostics really for a creative thinking activity that I put up. And next week you're going to be working on applying these critical thinking knowledge concepts to developing a lesson plan or activity that demonstrates how you would teach one of these critical thinking concepts. Hopefully all the links are working. I've checked them out. The attachments were working, so hopefully you have no problems, and you'll be submitting the assignment just like you did the last one through a link that I will create at the bottom of this module page. By the way, to connect to see how well you've done on your assignments, you can go to the Tools folder, which is located on the left-hand side, and go to My Grades, and click on that, and it'll show you your grade and my comments that I will attach. Good luck on this module. See how it goes.